Hello everyone. Today is Monday, 5th of May, so time for another market weather bulletin. We will check the Bitcoin chart. We'll see what's going on, and we'll try to make some plan for the week ahead. Uh, Before starting the video, big thanks to ZoomX, that is our sponsor. Make sure you trade with me with ZoomX. You will find the referral link on the description below. ZoomX is a super cool exchange. It's a non-KYC, so it takes really 30 seconds to set up an account and start trading with me. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and a like, and have those notification on if you don't want to miss the next video. But without further ado, let's move to Bitcoin chart and see what if we can make some sense of the latest price action. So as always, we start from a naked chart on the 12-hour or the daily time frame to start to form some bias. So first, we can see that we have changed the structure, and now the structure is clearly bullish. Was bearish on this way down. This was the last lower low, so it's relevant. This was the previous one, so this is potentially was the last low lower high and was broken here, and now the structure has turned bullish. So on night time frame, structure is giving this a bullish bias. We do have a second component to form the bias, that is always the ranges, and since Bitcoin managed to flip above 88, 90K level, it started to find acceptance back inside this range. So now we are allowed to call this price action here potentially a deviation, or at least as long as we don't break down here, for us this remain a potentially a deviation. And we are back in this range, so the bias inside the range is neutral. But since we have deviated the range low, we do have a partial bullish bias also inside this range, because in all the range, after the visit on the top, we have the visit on the bottom, top, bottom. Here we did have a deviation. Now that the range is reclaimed, our expectation is to move to the other side of the range at least. Then we can make argument that this range can break to the upside or can deviate, as we did on the bottom, also on the top. But to move, let's say, step by step, uh, let's see if we can see some further level. So we do have high time frame bias that is bullish, but low time frame the bias can be different. So we start to map some level. First of all, we try to take the volume profile of this range. We have been trading on it since here, uh, and I'll mark some level of this range to have value area low, point of control. That is exactly the level we are finding resistance right now, and value area high. We can map the previous level of this range, and I will have interest only on the point of control, and then we will see why. So these are our level of interest. Just map them, and we see if they can make some sense on some value area low, point of control, value area high. So we start to map the chart to see if we have something tradable. We remove this level, and we start to map also order block or demand and supply. We move to the daily to have some more relevant level. We do have a order block just here, so we'll call daily order block. We do potentially have some daily supply in all this level here, I'm trying to be a little bit generous. Let's call it day demand, but it's actually another order block, but just to differentiate them. And then we have some level further up and here in the middle. But now we just map what is relevant for our current price action. So to make a plan of what we have, no need to go very far away. We are making the plan for these days, and so this level are more than sufficient. What else we can see? We can map some Fibonacci. So we do have the bearish Fibonacci here, and we can see that we are clearly getting an initial rejection from this golden pocket. And then we can take the same Fibonacci, but for the bullish move, that is this one. Further, we see on the 4 hour, if we can see some further level, and we have here a little order block just above. So we did some nice mapping, and now we have a lot of levels to monitor and to see if we can make some sense. So what happened? Let's go back to, sorry, the 12 hours. So what happened? The structure on a time frame potentially still bullish. We are moving something like this, okay? So now we don't know in a lower time frame how we're gonna move on this channel. So we said that the structure turned bullish here. So for a swing trade, we are interested on longing. If this was the lower low, this is the fresh IRI. We would like to long something that resemble a potential higher low after this lower low. So the closer as possible to this lower low, any dip we get, since we said that the structure turned bullish simply for a swing trading strategy based on high time frame market structure, we want to long something that resemble or as close as possible to an higher low. So before determining the higher low, we have to see where the higher will be printed, because as long as the market structure is not printing this, we don't know where this will be. Okay, so as long as this is not printed, we cannot expect this to be printed, because we don't know if the price keep pushing higher, and then the lower low will be somewhere else higher. Okay, so now the question is this the lower higher high, and we can expect a bigger drop to move lower? And we'll try to answer this question, but only time will tell. So what we have here that can develop a little bit our interest. We know that we are trading at a resistance level. This resistance level is shown on two different ways. First, three different ways. First of all, we are at this daily order block. So as you see here, there was some price action, and this price action has created a sort of resistance. So this level was traded a lot. Market maker did their business here, so that's why it's an important order block. And after finishing their business here, what did we have? We had this very big drop. So means that they took profit from that position, distributed as much as possible, or loaded for short future position. And when they have done on this consolidation here, if you can see exactly the moment they have done, what we had the big drop. We lost this very long support level. So this level is really relevant. So we are trading at this level at this moment. It will hold forever? No, nothing will hold forever. But it's a level that is interesting, because we can see a market maker's participation on this level. So first uh, possibility or first reason to give us a chance that this could be a level where the lower IRI is formed. Second level is the point of control that we marked before. So we know that when the price traded for pretty long time from November until end of February. So for 4 months on this range, we know that the most traded area of this level was exactly this 96 level. So it's the point of control. The point of control of the volume profile will give you the most traded level, not just in terms of interaction, but in terms of volume. And you can see how chopped this level was, how many times we passed through this level. So there was a lot of interaction on this level. Once a range is lost and revisited, the point of control is possibly in this case, resistance, or in the other way, is a potential support. So in this case, is a logical support resistance level. Third reason is, as we already see, this is a move, bearish move, let's say, because it's from an high to a low. We took the Fibonacci extension of these two levels, and we see that this level is exactly the golden pocket. So the golden pocket or 0.75 are usually level where you can get a rejection and a move somewhere. So we do have already three level of interest just based on price action, and do we have a fourth component that is the divergence that is created on the 12 hour. Let me check if I can see it also on the daily. Not so clear. So on the 12 hours, this is developing as a very clear, has been already developed as a very clear divergence. So at least we do have several indications that this could be potentially an IRI. So we go further. We zoom in a little bit and we try to see how we can further understand if this level could potentially be an IRI. And we will go to the 1 hour and we will have two ways of analyzing this. And the first one are the ranges. Ranges, when they are developing, are neutral formation. But once they are broken, they will tell us they can tell us two things. If it's broken to the upside, like this range did here, it's telling us that this little range was an accumulation range. Price move up, range, and broke above. So it means market makers or market participants accumulated at this level just to be ready or to prepare for a next move up. So it was an accumulation. This little range here, contrary to that one, was a distribution. So price went up, up. They distributed price, so they took profit or open short position to move the price lower. These are just two examples that I can see here. So what we want to understand now, if this range will be resulting to a breakdown or not, or will be a reaccumulation after this accumulation. As you can see, since moving from 74, Bitcoin had some small range, all resulted in an accumulation range, accumulation, boom. So now we are very eager to see what happened in this range. And we do have a first little signal, I don't know how to call it, that if this was the range, first range low, there are many ways of selecting the range. Let me do the textbook. First range high, first range low. Low and high, what happened? This range was already deviated. So we did get a deviation above. We broke down. We find acceptance in the range, and now we started to range inside. So we are back to neutrality. What is the problem? That whenever we do have a deviation, we can expect the other side of the range to be visited. As we said, for the bullish scenario night time frame, that was basically, I think, this one. This big range is deviated below here, so we expect range high to be visited. Now we do the same on the 1 hour, and since we deviated above, we expect a visit to the low to be visited. So this was a good area to probably enter short on the deviation. I did it, but I did it on Ethereum. We will see later quickly. Now we are back in the middle of the range, and now the interest in the range is always the same. Very simple approach, nothing to make it complicated. The more we visit, the closer we are from premium. So whenever we are in this part of the range, we look for short. So in case we dip here, we look for short. In case we are in the discount area, we look for longs. What we do, we wait also for always for market structure. Here the market structure is broken, so if we come here, logically you can attempt a short and to move higher. If we come down here, we make a small deviation, breaking structure, retest, you can try a long. Personally, whenever there is opportunity to short, I prefer to short Ethereum. When there is possibility to long, I prefer to long Bitcoin, simply because Bitcoin has been outperforming Ethereum so far. We are not sure it will happen forever, but we use the price history to help us, to guide us. So I always try to short the weaker asset and to long the stronger asset, at least until the data show that one is stronger and the other weaker. It's not something you will do forever, but as long as the data show you this could be a good approach. So what we want to see here, we know that there is a bearish divergence. We know that we are in the golden pocket. We are in the order block. Now we want to see if this range break to the downside. So personally, I don't see reason here already to call for 80K, 84K, but as long as this range hold, we will expect that we will range forever here. Should this range be resolved and move higher, we would assume that the IRI for sure is not yet confirmed on this level. But once this range is broken to the downside, my interest will be moved to looking for a possible swing long. So while I'm positioning here on Ethereum or other coin short because of this low time frame bias, the breakdown from the range and so on, whenever this range will break, it will be a 1 hour or low time frame distribution, but still my interest will be on looking for a long. As long as the eye stay here, my major interest is more or less on this area. This area is very wide, so for this very specific case, I can see two possible trade plan. One is to look for an entry here, more or less, that is point of control and the golden pocket. And this could be a blind bid of something that would look something like this. Or in case the price action when arrive here will give us a reason to believe that especially this 4 hour OB, that's why I market along. Let me show you it like this. This 4 hour OB along with this former resistance level, you see how clear this level here is 88. Sorry. How clear this level is at 88. So in case we do get something like this, I will look for structure and look for a long. So while this level here down is a daily level, is high time frame, golden pocket, whatever, so it's the level that I would be more confident to me to put a limit long, continuing to move in this structure. This lower time frame entry is something that I would be more interested to see for structure here. So the two levels are on high time frame, golden pocket, and daily demand. It was this little range for the same reason we say is important because market maker did their business here. So if it's revisited, it's probably a stronger level. But if we don't dip there, and I see that here on this support and resistance and for our OB, that is this second little range we have here, where I see some structure, this could be a long that I'm willing to chase. In the high time frame case, uh, stop loss will be somewhere here. That is the previous range low is an area already visited. If we lose this level, probably we will lose structure again, and it will mean that all this price action was a fake. In the second way, I will look for low time frame structure. So in case that I see something like this, as I say, the stop would be below this low. So something that would resemble a 1 hour market structure movement, looking for something like this. In both case, the preliminary, let me clean a little bit, otherwise it's a mess. The preliminary take profit would be in case we get this dip around this 95 level because it's a strong level, but then potentially targeting this level here higher. As you can see, all these levels are also confluent with this potential support level, more or less. So that's why it's very interesting. Do I am sure we will visit that level? Absolutely not. It's a level by level reasoning. As I explained, we have to break this, we have to start to distribute here and go lower. The other potential scenario, and I will stop with the potential scenario, is this range deviation. So if we deviate and go back, means that this range will potentially break again above, and this would be a standard range deviation as in the educational video that I posted. So should you be interested on taking any of these trade, make sure to trade with me on ZoomX. ZoomX is a very cool exchange. You can find my referral link in the description below. It is backed by Bybit. It has all the same function and liquidity of Bybit, just is non-KIC, so it's super easy to use it and to access without sharing any of your personal information. I took the short on Ethereum I was mentioning before for the same reason that I was mentioning about Bitcoin. So we did have this range. This range was basically deviated above here. Then we can argue that the range low, something like this, was deviated. After the deviation, we did get a market structure break. It was this one. Then was weekend I wait. Then when we tested again, I took it, and then we came down. I took some profit here on another account, not in this one. I have this position open in three account, and I'm looking for range low something somewhere around 1,743 as a possible take profit. It's super easy and super direct and simple how to use Lumex. So make sure you use my referral link to trade with me. The trade is exactly this one on Ethereum, the one I posted on Exxon and on Telegram, is following the same reasoning of this deviation. Why I'm not looking for a swing short? Honestly, swing short would make sense because we explain all the resistance we are here. But since we are in an uptrend, since we reclaim this level, I'm more eager to look for swing long and be patient for a deeper pullback. And I'm playing for short, just scalp short, so small scalp positioning. Looking for small retracement because I'm not sure how deep will go. Since we are fighting the predominant high time frame trend, is always better, or at least is my style, to position more aggressively along the trend and more conservative on the against the trend. So just looking for small pullback because we never know how deep this pullback can be. It can be also strong and you can round trip. So while I would be uh, risky more on the swing long and be more generous with my take profit For the scalp short, I will do the opposite. I will risk less and I will be much more aggressive on my take profit because I don't know when the trend, high time frame trend, will resume and will move higher. So just to keep the video below the half an hour, to recap, our bias has turned bullish for two reasons: break of structure and reclaim of all this range we had here. So high time frame bias is bullish, so super important to focus on potential swing trade. So looking for the higher high of this move and the following higher low. Where it will be, we don't know. I need to understand where the high and high time frame is formed. I can start to call this an higher than the local top or whatever you want to say in case we confirm the distribution of this range. Should the distribution of this range be confirmed, I have two areas of interest. A limit long at around 82, 83K with stop at around 77, aiming at 106 and with some partial along the way. Should the dip not be so generous, the other area of interest for a 1 hour market structure formation is the support and resistance level at 88.7 along with this little order block. In this case, again, the logic would be same, just the stop will be dictated by this market structure. All of this can change just in the situation in which this range doesn't end up being a distribution range. In that case, the interest could be on a range reclaim and a move above. Standard range deviation, the opposite of what I did with Ethereum with a short up here. So in that case, this will be a further continuation range after this one and after this one. So we are still pushing higher. So I will try to take a further long here, aiming for a potential move up. So this is moving like this, means that will continue to move like this, and the higher high will be higher and higher. So it's a three potential scenario, no scenario for the short because I'm already short on Ethereum and I'm not looking to add more. So I think it's everything for today. I hope everything is clear. As usual, my DMs are open, or you can message me here on YouTube, comment here on YouTube or on X. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and a like, and trade with me in Zoom using my referral link down in the description below. This week will be full of volatility because there is some major events on the US economy, so trade carefully and always be super disciplined. Take care, and we talk in the next video.